But there's just those slight minor changes. It's always like I was doing bleach and then at the same time I was doing like 7. And so it talks like this. It talks really high. So that's an easier transition for me. I go, okay, from here to here. But I always have to do Renton first in the day and then Ichigo. Because if I do Ichigo, he screams all the time. So, because one time I actually did that, I had to set up the other way around, bleach and then go back up. And I was screaming and fighting or whatever. And then I had to do Renton, and he goes, stop. I can't get it. I can't do it. So they sent me on. So yeah, so you gotta figure those things out. Oh yeah, just so because I know the Craigslist thing in the other panel or whatever. Somebody asked, should I look at Craigslist to find, a job or whatever? Why not? If you've looked everywhere else, in anything you do, you gotta be, cautious, because like sure somebody might try to take advantage of you, and in some cases it will happen, but there are opportunities still on Craigslist. I mean, he's in the station because of Craigslist. Daniel was interviewed because of Craigslist. So there's still opportunity there. Like, some people will figure out things, but I mean, if you're desperate for work, just get it. Yes. I'm sorry. It's really loud. I don't even know if we'll be able to play anything. You guys will be able to hear it, but yes. As far as the DS, I auditioned for both Lelouch and Suzaki. And so for me, I actually preferred Lelouch. Because it was a slightly different character, because I was used to playing like the kind of hero typical kind of thing, and he's really kind of a darker character, even though things were playing a little weird. And it was hard for me at the very beginning, because for me to play evil, sometimes I kind of go darker and maybe deeper with my voice, and then just turn it up. But with Code Geass, the direction from the Japanese actually was to be more like Phantom of the Opera, which is kind of like if you were in the booth and then your character's an evil person or he's playing this, do you have to play something dark? And they're like, yeah, Phantom of the Opera. You're gonna be like, what? Because it's like really melodramatic. And you have to talk like this. I am, it's like really over the top, But it kind of made sense, and then eventually I got to take him darker and deeper to where I wanted him towards the end, because things really got crazier. Have you guys seen it all? Yeah. And what a great ending to that show, right?
He's not alive.
Yes, right here at the green.
I can't tell. He did.
Have we ever crowd surfed? Actually, no.
He basically
not that I don't. It is. I don't trust you guys. I don't trust that you'll catch me. Like if I was to jump out there, I 100%. Even if you thought I was cool, which most of you probably don't, but if you thought I was cool, you would probably still be like, oh, sorry, man.
I can catch you, Johnny.
So I was at a concert, and these two huge guys were just tossing people, like people that wanted to concert. And I was like, I'm not big at all, right? So I'm all like, yeah, I'll help you, whatever. And so one of the guys goes like this to me, like, oh, like, and I thought he was pointing at some kid next to me, like, oh, let's throw him. I was like, all right, cool, And so all of a sudden I feel myself being picked up, and I'm like, what's going on? And I guess they were indicating that if I wanted a concert, and I was telling them yes, I guess. And so there I go, and I got out finally, and I felt so violated. I was like, people touching my butt, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm never doing that again. So
I'm like Johnny, dude. I would not trust people to catch me. They would move out the way, and I'd be laying on the floor with a bloody head.
I'm gonna crowd surf tonight, yeah? No way. Are you sure? Yes. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Yeah, exactly. You're spread out. It would be the same thing. It'd be like you guys that are raising your hand right now. He'll jump out. You guys
hangouts.
Yes, right here. I do play some of them. Like I play, if it's on DS, I try to get it and play it. Like Bleach, I play Bleach. What was that? Fuck.
He hates RP. The
Oh,
studio.
has that been announced? You guys already know? That was a tough one actually for me. I didn't get to play it the way I thought I should play it, but I thought I should play it. But yeah, I play some of them. I try to play as many as I can. What games do you guys play?
I don't play as much as I used to, but I played a ton of computer games. I did World of Warcraft. That
Your battery
ruined,
is half gone.
that ruined a year of my life, so I probably should stop playing. And a lot of Final Fantasy games. I have a PS3.
Can you try holding
games
out?
out there.
I have a friend that's just, he played all the time, so I'll go
Speaking of video games.
Call of Duty. I'll play that a lot, and let's see what else. Maurice and I, we have a bit Street Fighter. So
Yeah!
and it's one of the second one, so it's kind of like we're trying to, the new one. So we're trying to figure out who's gonna hold the throne. So I don't know. I don't think they have it here, or actually here, so I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, I kind of play.
Okay, I've actually wasted years of my life on video games, and
Good man.
GOW, Gears of War is one of my favorite ones. And, but there's so many. I mean, there's so many out there. I actually had a chance to go to the E3 a couple of weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, and that was amazing. So I just love it. I have a 360, a PS2, PSP. I got 3 PSPs, and
Dang.
and I still have a DS too, a little
Want my break.
or something like that. So
Things is fragile.
But I don't think
You know, PlayStation has the most breakable game systems out there.
Rock Band is cool too, though. Do you guys play?
on there.
Grayson, I play. You play? Yeah. Yes. Is that Naruto back there? Yeah. Yes. Okay. I was looking for the orange. Also, I was like, not just skin color. I mean, it just came out that way. So.
Yeah, dude. Open mouth, insert foot.
Well, I said because I was like because I wasn't sure if it was Naruto because I only saw the top, and I was like, oh, I saw it was black because it was black on his shirt. And then I was like, wait a minute.
You missed the black skin.
So then, yeah, there's a racist, you know. So I wanted to clarify, but I really just kind of screwed made it worse.
He did.
So I hope you have a question. You're gonna have to scream, man. That thing's getting louder.
When you do Hollow Ichigo, is that all you, or do you get help from?
Hollow Ichigo? Yeah, it's just me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, see the difference is like, well, Ichigo, regular Ichigo, well, like in the Japanese, it's
heard
very
the
similar.
Hello Ichigo.
You know, it's clearly he's kind of using the same tone, except for in the laugh or whatever. And so that's where I kind of was like, okay, I can play with that idea. So Ichigo is really kind of my natural range. All this fighting stuff is really kind of, you know, like that. Hollow Ichigo is mine. Who am I?
Oh, that's creepy. Wow.
So he's much, I don't know, getting that crazier until.
That was kind of
really good.
That was wow. Kind of scared of him now.
Favorite show? Just anything in general? You want me to say Power Rangers, don't you?
The ghetto ranger up there.
Power Rangers was totally cool though. I mean, it's like the first thing I ever did. And it just because it was something I dreamed. I wanted to be like, I don't know, like an action star or something. You know, that was like my dream. And to finally be kind of doing that to some extent, I guess, was really totally cool. But I was just like thrown into it, you know, and it just was happening. And after a couple of weeks, I was standing there in the park where we were shooting. And I was like, wow, I'm here doing it, you know. So it's cool, you know, totally cool. But one of my favorite, as far as like voiceover work, well, I like a lot of them. There's always something I like about them. But Nero from Devil May Cry 4 was probably one of my favorites because I had so much freedom. Whereas with like Bleach or any of the other anime, it's already drawn for you know. And even some of the directors are like, well, I like how the Japanese did do like that. But in most cases, it's drawn, like if he's drawn crying, I have to make him cry. If he's drawn shouting, then I have to do the same. So with Nero, it was the script, so I can kind of, if I wanted him to cry, I'd make him cry. If I wanted to scream, and so I had a lot of freedom. There's really no limitation to what I can do. I can kind of stretch it, push things the way I wanted to. So it was much more fun with that, as far as voiceover.